From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kayla Cockrell with today's Free Press Voice Briefing. It's Friday, January 2nd, 2026.
I'm Susan Tompour, and I'm a personal finance columnist with the Detroit Free Press. The U.S. Mint stopped making shiny new pennies in 2025, and we're starting to hear warnings of more confusion and shortages in 2026. Several banks, including Chase and Fifth Third, will still take your pennies. But Ferndale-based Credit Union One told its members in early December that it had plans to stop accepting pennies for deposit in 2026. Yet ultimately, that plan was scrapped, and the credit union still will handle pennies next year. Retailers are alerting us every day to penny shortages, but the penny is still legal tender, and banking leaders say more needs to be done by the Federal Reserve to improve the distribution of existing pennies. The American Bankers Association is advocating for such policy changes, including asking the Federal Reserve to reverse its decision to stop accepting penny deposits at closed coin terminals operated by the Fed. Years ago, a wise man once told me, "Watch your pennies and the dollars will follow." Now it looks like too many of those pennies are just being tossed aside.
This is Liam Rapley for the Detroit Free Press. If you drive in Detroit, you've been on the Lodge, and you know that most people drive as if the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit on the Lodge Freeway is a suggestion rather than the law. So we asked the Michigan State Police and the Michigan Department of Transportation why the speed limit is so low if the pace of traffic is so quick. And the reason, they said? Geometry. The shape and dimensions of a 70-year-old freeway just aren't safe enough to allow a 70-mile-an-hour speed limit. At the same time, the geometry of the freeway makes it hard for police to patrol the speeds. According to the Michigan State Police, the high walls, tight curves, and pinch points at on- and off-ramps make it hard for cops to enforce the posted speed limit. There are only a few spots for them to safely sit and position their vehicles for traffic enforcement. So if you're driving on the Lodge, it's important to know that 55 mile an hour is what the state says is the safest speed, but it's always a good idea to move at the speed of traffic.
I'm Sue Solaski, Detroit Free Press, food and restaurant writer. Plenty happened around Metro Detroit's food, grocery, and restaurant scene in 2025 that got people talking. As we welcome 2026, we took a look back at some of 2025's notable happenings, including high food prices, new openings, those who left us in the industry, plenty of kudos, and a popular restaurant chain that crumbled quickly. There was one nostalgic sandwich that got Metro Detroiters reminiscing over a long-gone retail store. People lined up outside Villa Bakery in Garden City for its throwback to Kmart subs. The bakery made thousands of subs layered with salami, ham, bologna, and cheese. Grey Ghost in Midtown Detroit opened Little Ghost in the suburbs. The restaurant is dedicated to its famed burger. A Rochester bakery paid homage to a Detroit Lions player's headstand by creating a life-size cake of the headstand and displayed it in its front window. Downtown Detroit gained fast casual spots Cava, Sweet Green, and Tostique. These national chains are located just steps from Campus Martius. Covering Detroit's restaurant and food scene has been a busy beat. Metro Detroiters are hungry to know where to go, what's new, and to get a look behind the scenes. For more noteworthy happenings over the last year and more food and restaurant news, go to freep.com.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com.